Please let me know if you can see my screen. Hello. Okay. So yesterday we have discussed about journal names and how to post a journal entry using general journals, right? So today we'll try to post few more entries. Okay. So can someone guide me how to post any journal entry? What is the navigation? Hello. General ledger. Yes. Remember, it is easy. Under journal entries, you need to select general journals. Yeah. So yesterday, while posting this journal entry for the rent expenses, we had we got one error, right? I have rectified that one. Anyway, that one today we'll try to post it once again. Let me delete this journal entry and we'll post one more entry. Okay, so before posting the journal entry, let me make a note here once again. Will okay, travel expenses $1,000. Okay, journal entry would be travel expenses to this time we'll select cash account. So are you clear about this journal entry? This is very basic journal entry. I didn't add any financial dimension values like branches or anything. So it is just a normal journal entry. Now we'll try to post this journal entry. Click on new. Can you see the journal batch number? Now it is showing as it took 2 because yesterday we have posted uh, one journal entry, right? That is why. So whenever you post any new journal entry, this serial number will pick the next journal. Okay, since this travel expense is a normal journal entry, it is not specifically related to any module, APER or anything. So we'll select general journal, and this is a header page before posting the journal entry. This is where you will select the type of the journal or the name of the journal name. Once you select the journal name, then these line items, travel expenses, cash, this will call it as a line items, right? So these line items, if you want to record, click on the lines. So as I told, by default, these fields will be pre-filled. If you remember, yesterday we have encountered one error for which that is related to fiscal calendar. Since we have configured this 2022 from April 1st to March 31st of next 23, instead of doing these changes, I'll try to select April 1st, April 2nd itself. And if you see this general voucher 7, So this is the seventh voucher number it picked, and the remaining six voucher numbers it picked because yesterday we tried to post two journal entries, right? In each journal entry, like in each voucher, like we tried two three times, and we had faced few errors, right? That is why the journal vouchers from 1 to 6, those vouchers got stuck, or few of them might got posted. They might come. I mean, the used or those stuck journal vouchers, it will from backend, it will be stored and it will restore to the system in future, maybe like today or anytime it may be. Up, we can see the voucher numbers, or else if you are posting the new transaction, the voucher number also it should start from one itself. But yesterday we have faced few errors. That's the reason it is taking the seventh voucher number. And as I told, the company name, yes, by default it will be selected BTN, and since we are doing the transaction within the same company, will not do any changes here. Account type, we'll select ledger account itself, and the main account. Can you tell me what is this? What is the main account that we are supposed to create? Here, can someone tell me what account should I select here? Hello. Here we will have to select the debit account, debit main account, right? What is the debit here?
Expense.
Travel expenses. It is not a normal expense. It's a travel expenses. So here, do we have any such account? Under which account you will select this travel expenses?
I think we need to create one.
Yes, let us create one new account. What is the series for expenses? It should be from 5 lakh. Mm, So let us create one 5 lakh one as a travel expenses. It is an expense account. Let me save this one. We'll see whether it is created or not. Okay, I think this. Can you see the difference here? The voucher numbers here, earlier it was 7. Sorry, it was 8. Now it is showing as a 10. Can you tell me why it is why the general voucher number is changing even though we didn't post any even though we didn't post this one? Hello.
Because of account type.
Hmm?
Because of account type, maybe.
Not account type. See, we didn't post this journal entry, right? But still the voucher, if you click on delete and if you delete and if you click on new, the voucher number is getting changed. So this is why we have enabled this art yesterday in the number sequence automatic cleanup, right? 24 hours. So whenever you get stuck or whenever the system gets stuck, or if you delete any line items without posting, such voucher numbers will be stored in the system, and next time whenever you post any new journal entry, then it will come back. Since we have created a new main account, I'll just create once again, because sometimes it may take time to load, right? That's why I'll create a new journal entry. Click on lines. See, now it is 11th. So from 1st to 10 or 10, 8, 9, 10, all these will be stored in the system and it will allow us to use in the next time. So what is the main account that we are supposed to select?
Expense.
Which expense? Travel expense. We have created one separate, right? So we'll select travel expense. And in the account structure, whatever the conditions we have given, let us select any one branch. Yeah, these are the financial dimensions we have selected. And description, travel expenses, paid. What is the amount? 1000. And credit, we will not give the credit. By default, it will consider. And the offset company and the offset account and offset account type is nothing but the credit one. So what is a credit? The money is going out from the cash account. That's why we'll credit cash account. Let's select. What should I select here?
I think we need to create one.
Yes, we need to create a cash account. Since cash is an asset and it will come in this 1 lakh series, we'll create 1 lakh itself. Cash. I think again we have to create a new account here. Debit 1000. See, instead of posting here, I have opened the duplicate tab and I'm trying to enter. The reason being, this page is not, be, I mean, here it is not, we haven't created the cash account, right? That's why it will take time. Now, what is the offset account we have to select? What is the journal entry here? Cash account. Offset account, cash. Yes, by default, all these fields got selected. That's all right. Now, click on validate. So this validate option will help you to ensure that there are no errors or there are no fields that you missed. It says that operation is completed. That means you are good to go to post the journal entry. Click on post. See, you can skip the validate and you can directly click on the post. But if you click on the validate, if you miss any of this field, then it will let you know. If you are sure, then you can click on the post. But it is always suggested to click on validate and post. So now we didn't face any error, right? Since we have given all the required fields. Okay, so you have posted this journal entry. And can you see here, debit and credit, both are same 1000. is if your journal entry is correct and if you have filled all the fields that are required, then this debit and credit amount will be same and your entry is correct. Now uh, now I will show you how this journal entry, how we can see this kind of the journal entry in this format. Even though we have given the line items, we have filled all the line items, but if you want to see what in the same format, like in the general, what is the journal entry, you need to click on voucher. Remember this one. Okay, now can you see here? It will clearly show which account has been debited and which is credited. Travel expenses, can you see here? Here travel expense is debited and cash account is showing in the negative, that is credit. So it is not necessary that this debit account should be on the top and cash account should be on the left down. It is not like that. Credit amount will be always in the negative amount and the debit amount will be in the positive amount. That's all. So did you understand how it is? What is the journal entry here? Hello.
Yes, Srinivas, you got that.
Yes. So this is how you have to post or in see once you configure this kind of journal names and the main accounts, all these things, your end users like accounts payable, accounts receivable, fixed assets team will be there, right? They will start posting the transactions on daily basis. And for to cross check whether the entry is correct or wrong, they can just click on the voucher and they can see the breakup here. How much amount has been credited for debit on credit. Now it is clear. And this is the purpose of voucher. Now click on transactions. See transaction, if you click on the transaction, it is like under voucher you can see the breakup, like what is debit and credit. And if you click on the transactions, it is just like a summary of the same thing. See, you can see here travel expenses paid, right? And let us see what is this transaction origin. Yeah. Yes, now can you see this is a proper journal entry, I mean in this format. Travel expenses accounted are to cash account, right? Can you see here travel expenses debited and the cash account is credited. See, general journal account entry. This is a perfect. This is how. So whatever the basic setups we have given, right? The main purpose is to create the journal, to post the journal entries, and finally we have achieved this the stage of posting the journal entry. From here, uh, the main process will start, like with the posting the journal entries and transferring the balances to ledger balances module wise, and trial balance, P&L balance sheet, all these things. We haven't given any financial dimensions. Sorry, we have by default it got selected, right? So you can see here all these things. You can close this one. The general. So these are the default uh, details. Okay. So now you understood, right? So how to post a journal entry. Now we'll see. So yesterday we have posted rent expense and today we have posted travel expenses. So if you want to see the journal entries that you have posted, can you see here? Show in this drop down you have three options. One is all, not posted, posted. See, you have just created a new general and you didn't post that one, you just clicked on the save, then it will come, it will show under not posted. Now if you want to see the journal entries which you have already posted, just now we have posted on travel expenses, right? So I want to see that one. Click on posted. You can see here this one yesterday we have posted. So if you want to check what happened in that, if you want to know the details of the entries that you have posted, click on lines. And same, you can go to the voucher and you can see the breakdown of that voucher, everything. We will try to post a few more journal entries, then you will understand. Okay. So now you understood how to post an expense entry. Now we will try to post any revenue related or interest and or anything. Let us say interest and 1,000 rupees bank for our deposits. Can someone tell me what is the journal entry for this one? Hello. As per the nominal principle, debit all expenses and what is it? Credit all incomes. Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So here what is the gain? We are earning, right? Since it is in gain, as per the nominal account, we need to we'll create one interest earned account. Am I correct? Interest earned. Now as per the real account, since we are receiving the cash and since we are receiving some amount in bank account, for that debit what comes in. So to which account we are receiving? Bank account. That's all right. Are you clear with this journal entry?
Yeah.
Okay, now let us try to post insist D365. Click on new. Okay, so now tell me, is this a daily transaction or okay, what is the journal name that we are supposed to select? Can we select a general journal or do we need to create any new journal name for this one? Let us try to create a new journal name here. Navigation to create a new journal name is journal setup,
Journal names.
journal names. Wait, I think I have to remove this one or I'll have to delete. Under journal setup, journal names. See, let us see under journal type, interest and will fall under which journal type? Can you see anything that is related to interest and or anything? This one under in this list. Hello.
We are seeing.
Yeah. So any from this list, is there anything which is related to interest and related? I don't think so. There is no specifically related. See, I can see bank check reversal, bank deposit cancellation, all this customer payment. So let us create under general journal itself, since we don't have any specific journal name here. It is not related to anything. Okay, so let us not create anything. And okay, so what are the two things that you need to ensure that before posting the journal entry? One is journal entry. Two things to keep in mind. What are these? What are those? One is journal name and main accounts. So you should remember, you should see, by looking at the transaction itself, you should identify which journal name you should select, and you should also know whether the main accounts has been created for that particular the transaction. So here, since this interest and this 1,000 rupees, we don't have a specific journal type, so let us try to post under general journal itself. Okay, and main accounts, we have created bank accounts, and did we create interest and main account here?
No.
So let us try to create a interest and main account. See, for that, since we are doing since we are doing in the trial version and we are practicing, we are creating this n number of main accounts. But once you get into any of the project, right, you need not to create these main accounts. They will be having some hundreds of accounts which are already created and which they might be using in their legacy accounting system, right? If they are already using in SAP or anything, we can just use the data migration, so that from the data from their previous their old legacy accounting system, you can just use those main accounts and you can use the same main account in D365. So let us create what is the series that is related to P&L, or since interest earned is an income rate for us. So what is the series that we have given for main accounts for the P&L accounts? Let us see, that should fall under between 6 to 8 revenue, right? Since it is in revenue or income, so we'll create one interest and account within this series. Interest, and so here under main account type, what should I select?
Revenue.
Revenue. By default, it took as a credit. Now let us post an journal entry. Interest and we have created, and we have even bank account also. So we have decided to post this under general journal since there is no specific type of journal name. Click on lines. This is a header column and this is under lines. You need to post the 2 lines. We'll select April 2nd, and this voucher number by default it got created. And now we have to select account type, account, and everything. So what is the journal entry? Bank account data to interest and account 1,000 rupees, right? So can you tell me what should I select here?
Can we select bank?
Yes, we can select bank. And what should I select here as a account? So I think under we didn't create main account, right? I mean, we didn't create a see, if you want to select account type as a bank, then you have to create a new bank account under cash and bank management. We haven't created a cash and bank management, so we didn't create any bank specific bank. We just created one main account. So are you getting the difference? I'll show you, for example, if you want to select that bank, can you see here cash and bank management? Under bank accounts, go to bank accounts, click on new. Anyway, with this one we'll be discussing in the cash and bank management. See, if you want to create a bank account, let's say you have an ICICI or SBI, you have to fill all these fields like bank account number, routing number, all the account number, bank account if you have the name ICICI, bank account number, all these things. So once you create this bank account, then under account type you can select a bank account. Since we haven't created the bank account, we have just created a ledger main account, that is ICICI or SBA, right? So we'll see, as you told, what is the journal entry here? Bank account data to interest earned account. Let us see whether the journal entry we are posting is correct or not by selecting. Let us select bank account as an ICICI. The reason why I have selected all these financial dimensions is in account structure we made it mandatory. In the description, let me write same thing. Interest and 1,000 rupees. Try to focus here. For the expense also we have selected ledger account and we have given the debit itself. Here also we are giving the debit itself. Let us see whether it is correct or not. Offset account type. What should I select here? Offset account type. Interest earned account. Let it be ledger itself. We'll select offset account. Interest earned account. So these financial dimension values got selected by default as per the account under as per the ledger, that is the debit one. Okay, so we'll try to click on validate and we'll see whether it is correct or not. Yes, it is correct. We'll try to post. Okay, the journal entry got posted. And as I told, how do you cross check whether the posted journal entry is correct or not? What is the way to check? Hello?
Validate.
We have clicked on the validate and we have even all posted also, right? But if you want to see whether the bank account has been debited and the interest earned account has been credited or not, how do you check this one? You need to click on voucher to see the journal entry. Yes. Can you see this one?
Yeah.
bank account has been debited, interest and account is credited. And to see see, this is a voucher transaction, like as whatever the details that you have post entered in the general journal, the breakup of the line items. You see, uh, let us close this one. See, these are the mandatory fields that you are supposed to fill to post a journal entry, but system don't know whether you are giving correct. I mean, it will just accept as per your uh, uh, field, as per the instructions or as per the field that you have filled. But in order to ensure whether the proper account has been debited or not, you should always check in a voucher and see which account is debited and which account is credited. Okay, and let us see, click on the transactions. Okay, now can you see here, it is can you tell me whether it is correct or not? See, here it is showing interest earned account is credited and bank account ICAs is debited. But when I'm trying to see, wait, let me see in the transaction origin. Bank account is debited and interest earned is credited. Can you tell me whether it is correct or wrong? The transactions. Can you tell me what is the meaning of this one? Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Can you tell me what is the meaning transactions and can transaction origin? It is simple. See, for example, you have selected, let us say, for interest earned account, we have created one main account, right? That is 4 lakh one. Let us say in an year you have posted say 10 to 15 transactions of the interest earned, and if you want to see all the 10 transactions or 15 transactions whatever you have posted, right, for that you can see under that main account the transactions posted under this main account. Can you see the here ledger account 100101? Click on transactions. It says transactions for 100101. So these are the transactions that are being posted here. And if you see,
Are these posted for only for bank account?
you are selecting this line item and you're selecting what are the transactions that are being posted for this main account. Those transactions will be shown here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So for bank account, two accounts are posted, right?
No, no. See, what I'm saying is, for example, let us say after few months, after 1 year, you have posted 10 months of interest. Okay, every month you are posting one transaction, right?
Yeah.
So all those transactions, if you want to see in a single page, then you can select. Uh, I mean, we have one more way also to select to show to see the transactions posted under each main account. But here also you can see. If you just select this line and see the ledger account here, we have given 100101, that is bank account. Click on transactions. So whatever the transactions that are posted here, that you can see here. And if you select the rent account, you can see the transactions that are being posted. interest earned account, sorry. Okay, so as I told, okay, so this is what we are looking, right? ICICI bank account should be debited and the interest account should be credited. Now tell me whether this journal entry is correct or not.
Yeah, it's correct.
Yes. So this is how you have to ensure that by clicking on the voucher, then you will come to know whether the journal entry is posted correct or not. Okay. So if you understood, these are the one line items. Okay, these are the basic transactions or basic journal entries that you record on daily basis. Now let us go to the next level of transactions by adding few adjustments or a few more add-ons to the journal entries. For example, electricity, for getting into this, let me name that one. So we'll call it as a compound journal. Okay, before explaining that one, for example, we are paying electricity expenses and cleaning expenses. Let's say 1000, 1000 cash. Okay. Now tell me what is the journal entry?
Uh, Electricity expenses, cleaning expenses to cash.
Tell me the proper journal entry. Electricity expenses,
Debit.
debit.
Uh,
How
Cleaning
much?
expenses also debit 1,000.
Cleaning expenses,
Debit. To cash credit
cash, credit,
1,000 rupees.
1000 or 2000?
Yeah, 2,000.
Yeah. So we have to create a main account for this one. And for cleaning expenses, we need to create one main account. And for the cash, we have already created one main account. So these are the basic rules, right? As I told, journal name and main accounts. Since this is related to the normal daily transaction, so we need not to create a specific journal name for this one. We can post this journal entry under general journal itself. So first step is clear and main accounts also clear. Now, uh, what do we call for these kind of entries? We'll call it as a compound entries. Compound entries is nothing but if you have a multiple line items in a journal entry or in the transaction, either debit side or credit side, anything it may be. If you have multiple line items, these are the single line items. Can you see here? It is single line item, but here if you can see multiple line items. It can be either 2, 3 or 4, whatever it may be, but the offset account, the credit will be only one. Either it can be vice versa. A credit can be like multiple accounts and debit can be only one account. If you want to split electricity expense to two different departments, then electricity account expense, okay, that split we'll discuss it later. uh, Compound entries is nothing but having a multiple line items either on debit or credit side. So now let us compound entries, or so now you understood what is a compound entries, right? And the example for that is this one. So now you understood, right, what is a compound entry and what is the breakup of this one. Okay. Now can you tell me how to achieve this one? How to post this compound entry in journal entry under general journals? For this, you need to go. You need to select general journals. Click on new general journal. Click on lines. So we'll select this as a April 1st. Ledger account type. So what is the first debit account that we have to give? Electricity account, right? So do we have electricity account here? No, we don't have. So we'll create. So before creating, let me create another duplicate tab. Then it will be easy for us to post the journal entry. So to create a main accounts, under chart of accounts, we'll go to the main accounts.
I have a question.
Yes, please ask me.
Why don't we create one expense account and use that every time?
You can create. It is up to you. You can create as per the business requirement. You can create, but
Like
see, if you're
creating
doing a
one,
small business, if you're
creating
okay,
creating one expense account and using that for every expense
then
transactions.
how do you classify whether it is an electricity, cleaning? Let us say you have got some hundreds of expenses on daily basis for very small expenses for your office boy, or if you're spending small amounts like puja expenses, anything it may be. How do you classify?
Will that naming in the description tab not enough?
Yes, you will mention in the description, but if you want to pull a report, let's say after 1 year, you want to see how much amount you have spent only for cleaning. Now tell me on what basis you will pull the report.
We can't filter out that description thing, right?
So for that only we are creating the main account, right?
So I
See,
mean,
you cannot filter the description. See, in order, see, if you want to filter the description, how do you filter? See, description. Okay, I'll show you. You're saying about this one only, right? Hello.
that one only. Like we'll
Okay.
pull
See,
this report
description.
in a
No, no.
Excel format or any format, and accordingly we'll filter out in that Excel
Okay.
description.
Uh, Let us assume that you are end users, right? While posting any of your end users, let us say he didn't update the description properly. For example, what is the spelling of this one? Cleaning or anything, any clerical errors. Let's say any clerical errors. Let us say he forgot to post, or he, since it is not a mandatory field, so he sometimes he might, or the end users might forget to enter the description, or they might not enter the proper details. Now tell me, how do you pull out those transactions? Yes, you will download the description, you will download in an Excel sheet, But how do you, let's say you have some thousands of transactions, then why how is it possible for you to find out through description?
Got it.
For that reason only, uh, in any ERP, even you might have seen in your accounts payable team, you will be having you will be having a main account for each and every vendor. Let us assume you're handling some hundreds of vendors for your client, and instead of creating a separate main account for each vendor, why don't you create one main account and you can just keep on posting the entries whenever you do the payment? It will become clumsy, and it is not easy for you to identify the transactions. For that reason only, here we'll create main accounts as per the requirement. So here are, we need to create two main accounts. One is for electricity and one is for cleaning. Expenses uh, is under 5 lakh series, right? Electricity expense is clearly an expense, so main account type will select it as an expense. Sorry, it's 51, right? Okay, 5 lakh one is for travel expenses. What is the one more main account?
Cleaning expenses.
Main account will be expense. Click on save. And to cash account, yes, we already have in cash account. Now we'll try to post and journal entry. We'll refresh and we'll create a new journal entry. So click on lines. Okay, by default it's selected April 1st. And now can you help me, what should I select here under main account? What is the journal entry? Electricity expense, cleaning expense to cash account. Now tell me, what should I select here?
Hmm. I
Sorry?
think we need to create multiple lines.
Yes, you're right. So you since we have two line items, that is for electricity and cleaning expenses, we will have to create it two line items here. Okay. Okay, we'll create that one. Okay, so as I told, we'll create a two line items. Okay, now help me. Uh, what should I select here? As
Electricity expenses.
okay, let me select electricity expenses, and with all these financial dimension values, we'll just select fine. And here in the second line item, what should I select? What is the
Cleaning
second line item?
expenses. Hello.
Yes, I have selected cleaning expenses.
We are unable to see your screen.
Okay, now is it, now are you able to see my screen? Pankaj, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Maybe problem is from my side.
Or else I'll try to reshare once again. Now please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can.
I'll rejoin once again. Call.
Okay, let us just wait for 2 minutes. Okay, now can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Fine. So we were discussing that since we have multiple line items, since we have two line items, so let us add two line items here, as you told. And description, yes. Cleaning expenses. Electricity expenses. So now what should I give here as a debit amount? 1,000. Yes. So as per the instructions, yes, I have added two lines as per the journal entry requirement. Now tell me, what should I do? Like since we are paying the cash, that is 2,000 rupees. What is the actual? I mean, since you have selected the two debit accounts, and what is a credit account, and where should I select here as a credit account? If it is a single line item, then it is clear that we need to select under offset account. We'll just select the cash or bank account or any mode of the account that you selected. I mean, you are used for the payment. Since we have a two line items, or let's say multiple line items, here it is not necessary that you should select the offset account multiple times. Here, let's say for I mean, it is not necessary for you to select here. Instead of this one, see if it is one or two transactions, yes, you can select the offset account here. Let us say you have some 100 line items, but you have only one credit, that is cash account. Let's say you paid some hundreds of expenses and 100 line items. At that time, it is not easy, or uh, it is it is not that much easy to select in each and every line this offset account. So for that reason, you can you can add a new line here. You need not to select anything here. We can directly go to offset account. And what is the offset account that we are supposed to select? Let it be ledger itself. And the main account, we'll select the cash account from where the amount is getting debited. Let us select all the default financial dimensions which are required as per the account structure. Now, what is the effect, or what is the cash account is getting? What is the impact on the cash account? Since we are paying out, that is credited, and we'll have to give here credit. Yes. Now can you see? Okay. So let me try to validate, and we'll see whether we have selected the. Okay, one minute. I think something went wrong. I guess we'll see. Is it? The transactions on voucher do not balance. Accounting currency 4,000. Reporting currency is 0. Okay. So did you understand? See, what is a expense that you're supposed to post? Electricity 1000, cleaning expense 1000, and total should be 2000. Here itself, it is clear that the transaction that we have posted is wrong. Debit amount is not equal to credit amount. Let us see where it went wrong. Just accounting currency and reporting currency are different, right? But we'll see here. Let me try to change and see why is it taking 4000 here. Says debit is 8000 and credit is 4000. Credit I am giving as 4000, but debit, let me remove this one. Excuse me. Let us delete that bank offset account and we'll see. Okay. Yeah. Uh, Actually, there is we need to do some changes by adding that new line. Anyway, we'll try to validate this one, and we'll try to post a new journal entry by adding the new line. Okay, let's try to post and see the effect of this one. Okay, so we have posted journal entry without adding the line. Since we have only two lines here, I don't want to delete and post any once again by getting into, I mean, to get to know the reason of the error. But the main intention is to add that line is to avoid this, adding this multiple times of offset account. Anyway, that we'll try to post it once again. Let me see. Okay, now you understood, right? At the This is a normal journal entry, and if you click on the voucher, yes, you can see here cleaning expenses and electricity expenses two times. It You can see here the breakup of this one, and if you click on the transaction origin, you can see the cash account is getting the amount is crediting from the cash account, and the electricity cleaning expenses are debited.
But we have given 1,000 only, right?
No, I have changed it to 2000 once to check the amounts. Can you see here 2000 IQ? Here debit is equal to credit.
Yeah.
So this is a one way to post multiple the compound entries can be posted in by creating by giving the offset account also in the same line, or else you can click on add and give the offset account separately. We'll try to post that. I will try to post in that way also once again. But this one you are clear, right? How to post the compound entries? Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So it's time. Okay, guys. I think it is more than 1 hour. I will try to see in the next class. We will discuss two topics. One is like the same compound entry. I'll show you how to post using by adding a offset account in the one more line, and one more is the uh, how to break down the voucher. Let's say, for example, if you want to pay one common expense, let's say common